Hey guys, and welcome back to my new video. I hope everyone's doing absolutely fine. For those who are new to my channel, I am Divyam and you will find book reviews, unboxing vlogs and a lot many other fun stuff related to books and fandom. So if you're into that kind of stuff, you can hit the subscribe button, and now let's start with this video. So in this video, I'll be reviewing my Kindle that I've been using from past 1.5 months or more than that. And I got this piece last month and it was certified refurbished Kindle from Amazon India. And I already did 2 videos on the same, like one was related to its cover and unboxing of the same and review. And the other one was related to certified refurbished unboxing and then setup of the same. So in the unboxing one, I told like I wanted to use this piece for a few weeks to share my thoughts related to its performance and how am I able to use it. So I had few thoughts with me now and I thought it's the right time, let's make this video and share my thoughts and my review of this certified refurbished piece that I got from Amazon, as I've said. So this was the Kindle I got, and it's the basic version that you must have already seen in those videos. So I'll be sharing my thoughts about the same, and maybe I'll leave a timeline of this video here. So that was the timeline of this video. If you want, you can jump onto that part that you want to know more about. But first thing first, I'll be starting with my reading experience on this device, and then we'll touch upon like battery and its performance and text and touch and other important things related to like software updates and all of the things. So let's start with my reading experience. So now coming on to my reading experience on this device, so it was pretty good, and it's my first Kindle, and I've talked a lot about this Kindle in my previous videos. So it's my first Kindle, and I was happy with my decision because it was not straining my eyes a lot like a smartphone used to do while I used to read on smartphone Kindle app. So that was one of the features I liked, that the technology they are using is good and it's not straining my eyes. In the daylight, I used to feel like I'm reading a physical book, and I used to keep like brightness at 8 in the daylight and 3 to 4 in the night, and that worked fine for me. So also I was using this cover, so I used to read like this, holding it like this, because it used to feel like I'm reading a physical book. And if someone wants to, you can read it like this also, but the cover makes the experience a little different, but it's not that heavy. It's a lighter piece, and I'm used to like heavy smartphones, so I'm pretty fine with the same. So that was my reading experience. I like reading on it. Talking about its text and touch, so the touch is not that good in this device because we are all used to like fast devices like smartphones, and those works on a different like operating system. So in this device you have to click at certain areas twice because it doesn't get registered at once. So that must be a little irritating at first, but you'll eventually get used to it, and now I'm used to it, so I'm working fine with the same. So touch is not that great, but you will eventually get used to the same. So talking about text, so as you can see, the text is crisp for me, and in novels it is fine. In graphic novels you will find this text a little blurry, but I wouldn't recommend this device for reading like graphic novels a lot, and I've tried like reading graphic novels, so the experience was not that great. So refrain from reading graphic novels. It would be the experience would be much better in your tablet or a phone, because it's a black and white device and you won't be finding any color, and that too with the text that is quite blurry. So that was one of the things. And in the paperwhite version you will find text more clear and more crisp, like there you will find 300 ppi, and in this device it's 167 I guess for ppi. I think that's pixel per inch. So that's the difference, and if you want much crisper text you can go for paperwhite. So it's the basic version that I have with me. So yeah, I was quite satisfied with the both of the things. Like touch was, as I've said, irritating at first, but then it was fine and I got used to it. I got used to the same. So talking about the next thing, so now talking about memory that you get in this device. So as you must have already checked the specifications for the same. So this device have 4 GB of data storage, but you can only use like around 2.5 GB of that, and the 1.5 GB the device used for its operating system and other things like dictionary and all. So in 2.5 GB you can almost get like thousands of books if you are getting those from the store that Kindle offers. So the normally the book ranges from 1 to 2 MB, so you can get those, and it can store that many books at ease, and you can then read a lot many books. But if I have to talk about like reading, I have talked about like graphic novels and comics. So if you are used to and you are buying this device to read like comics and graphic novels a lot, or maybe big documents like in 100 or 200 of MBs, so I would recommend you to go for a higher devices like 8 GB variant or 32 GB variant. So a graphic novel like normally ranges from 150 MB to 200 MB, but few of the graphic novels, for instance, one of the graphic novels I think I had last year was related to like Game of Thrones, and that one was like the size for that one was like 600 MB. So if one downloads a 600 MB of a book, then the memory will eventually run dry. So that would be one of the things, and I would recommend 32 GB variant for if you want to read graphic novels, because 8 GB is too less in my opinion, and it would get filled up after you download 25 to 30 graphic novels. But it's your choice, you can get this device as well, because you can anyway delete the books if you want to, and you can download them later and read anything, and you can run the books on cycle, so that'll run fine for you as well. But if you want to download everything at once, so you might need to go for a higher option. So this was the one of the things, and memory is working fine for me. At the end, I think the space available now is 2.5 GB, and I have like 10 to 15 books in this device. And one of the graphic novels, like I was watching Boys season 2, so I was reading the graphic novel or the comic for the same. So it's a 160 MB of a comic. So yeah, that was it for the memory. And now jumping on to the next point. So people must be wondering how much battery lasts on this device, and the battery is one of the major concerns for people who are getting Kindle device. So let's talk about battery a little. So I charged this device on the very first day, and I got this device like around 30 to 35% battery, but it dropped to like 20% after software updates on the same day. So I charged it on that day, and it went to 100 in a couple of hours or so. So then battery for me worked for 18 days, and in 18 days, like I've noted down how many books I've read in those 18 days. So I read, like, first book I read in that period was Krishna's Secret, and the pages were 45 pages. And then Calling Sehmat by Harinder Sikka, and the pages in that one was 171. And then Sword of Kaigan 559. So this the third book, Sword of Kaigan, I was reading, and I was able to finish whole book. But at the end, when the 30 or so pages were left, then the battery died, like not died, but it dropped to 5%, and then I had to charge. So battery lasted 18 days for me, and I was able to read in total 775 pages. So I'll be telling you like the battery percentage in pages terms. So 775 pages in 18 days, and that too on this device. So battery then dropped to 5%. So I think you can read like 800 to 1000 page on this device on a single charge. If you are reading more than that, that would be because you are sitting on a long stretch, and the more you will be sitting in, the more you will be reading on a single stretch, the more will battery will be lasting, because the time it takes to on and turn off, that might consume a little battery. And it also depends on how much brightness has you have set on this device. So it also depends on that. So after that, I charged this device on like 28th of August again, and from then on also it dropped to 38% now, because I switched to physical books, and I was reading less on this device. So after charging it again on 28th of August, I read the 30 pages of the previous book that was left incomplete. So then I read From This Broken Street, 140 pages or so. It's a arc that I'm reading. And then I read The Street Cat Named Bob, and that was around like 289 pages. And my father was reading like Hindi books on it as well, so 100 or 150 pages for that also. So 540 pages, and then the battery dropped like 62%. So that was one of the things, this device. So I would say like you can read 800 to 1000 pages on a single charge, and I'm not telling you the like how much days you can last with this device, because it totally depends how much brightness you keep, how much you read on it, how much you are sitting and reading in a long stretch, in a single stretch. Like I used to read like for 2 hours in a stretch, and the battery used to drop like 4 to 5%, and that was one of the good things about this device. So battery lasted good for me, and let me check if I'm missing anything in terms of batteries. So yeah, that was like almost 20 days the battery last on the first charge. And then if you want to like save this battery, so you can keep this device on airplane mode. So I'm keeping this device on airplane mode most of the time, because once you have downloaded the book, there's no need to keep your Wi-Fi on. And if you are keeping it on airplane mode, it will drain, it would not be taking so much of your battery. So that was one of the things you can keep in mind while reading on this device. So that was, battery was pretty good for me. And I was scared for the battery the most, because it's certified refurbished, and I was scared that the battery will die in a week or so, and I'll waste my money, and the return period was over in 10 days. But I'm happy with the performance, and I would rate 5 out of 5 for this battery. And Amazon, I think, claims for 6 weeks of battery, but I feel like for a normal reader that wouldn't be the case, because the survey that they must have done for that 6 weeks would be different. Like someone would be reading half an hour for 30 days or so. I don't know about the scenario, but it lasted 20 days for me, close to 20 days, 18 from 10th to 28th. So yeah, that was the battery life on this device. And other few pointers I wanted to discuss at the end of this video here are. So talking about the formats that are supported by this device, so I was able to like open PDF and MOBI, and I would recommend you to open any of the documents in MOBI format, because that format is Kindle format, I guess. And I was able to zoom and zoom out, and I was able to like increase the font size easily with that format. And in PDF it was like an image, and the image I was used to like zoom a lot, but the experience was not that good with PDF. But that depends on the file size and how the file is being made, and if it is having some images of some kind, so it will open like an image. So I would recommend you to open any of the documents of your documents in MOBI format. And if you don't know, you can convert your files in MOBI format from any of the software. They are available for free on Chrome. So I was also like, I got a few comments on my DMs. I got a few comments on YouTube and a few DMs on Instagram asking me if the EPUB format is like available in this. So I didn't try EPUB format, because I checked like Amazon's list of like all the documents that are supported in this Kindle, and I couldn't find EPUB. And whenever I used to download any of the documents, I used to convert them in MOBI and PDF. So I don't think EPUB is like working in this device. But if it is working, you can tell me in the comment section below. But I didn't run any EPUB software for this device, and I don't think it will work in this. So PDF and MOBI works fine, and there are other few documents as well you can run in this device, and you will get the whole list. Or maybe I will add a screenshot of the Amazon web page here. So these are all the documents that are supported in this device. So talking about the update that I got in this device, so one of the updates that I got were very in the early phase of buying this Kindle, and like it was on the very first day, and after that I didn't see any of the updates, and it took some time to update, and then it rebooted, and then it's working fine. So I was hearing people having some problems with updates, but it worked fine for me after update, and accessibility is totally fine after the update as well. So the update worked fine for me, and you should definitely check updates from time to time after like switching on your Wi-Fi. And sometimes if after update, if you are feeling like you are feeling some disturbance with your device and it's not working fine, so what you can do is reboot it once. Like I got a comment on my previous video, I think on the cover one. So one of the problem people were facing, and I have faced also, was related to cover. So with this cover, the device goes on sleep. As you can see, it's going on sleep, and then it also wakes up when you open the cover. So that function was not working, and after rebooting it worked fine. So if you ever face any problem with this Kindle, you should reboot your device, and it totally works. And so yeah, that was one of the things that I wanted to share. And after updates also, it's working fine for me, and I didn't see any of the problem in this device. So few of the things that you will find in this device useful. One of the things was vocab builder. So I didn't knew about vocab builder at first, but then I saw like whenever I used to like see dictionary for any of the words, that word used to go and save in another thing that is known as vocab builder, and then you can access that from here, and you can see what all words you saw meaning of, and you can revisit them, and you can increase your vocabulary. So that one of the features. I'm not using that because I've already read like Norman Lewis Word Power Made Easy, I think that was the name, while preparing for my MBA examination. So vocab is fine, so I am not using that much, but it's useful for someone who wants to build up their vocabulary, so you can use that feature. And dictionary is also there. So dictionary was pre-installed, and it works fine. You just have to tap on the word and it shows you the meaning, and if you want to know the Wikipedia meaning, you need to keep your Wi-Fi on, and it strains battery, so I keep it off and I just use dictionary. So yeah, that was one of the things you will find in this device. And Wikipedia is there also, and also there are browser in this device as well, and they are pretty slow and I am not using them. Like there are few links and you can go through them, and I opened Amazon store and it was working so slow that I just came outside, and I didn't wanted to like talk more about it. So it's the 10th generation that I already talked to you about. So in the paperwhite version is waterproof, and this is not a waterproof variant, and I don't see any use in my personal use for waterproof device, and I think it's working fine for me without waterproof. And I don't know if that feature is useful for you, can get uh, the waterproof device. And so yeah, those were the few things that I wanted to share in the end. I hope you like this video. I'll be sharing the price for the same. So the price for this device I paid was 4050, that is 4550 rupees on Amazon, and I got this device from Prime Day sale last month in August. I think it got delivered on 9th of August, and I started reading on it from 10th, and I ordered it on like 7th or 8th, I don't know honestly. So I paid 4050, and I know it's super cheap, and like the normal variant is available for 8k 8000 rupees, and it's a 4 GB variant, and the 8001 is 8 GB. They increase the memory of that device, and if you want more memory, you can go for that. And I think sale is coming, and the price for the new one will drop to 6700 or 6500, and then you can get 10% with any of the credit cards that are there on the sale. So you can get this device, new one, around 5800 or 6000 rupees. And I think the refurbished piece is not in stock right now, but if it comes in stock, I would definitely recommend you to get one, because I'm reading so many books on it and it's working fine for me till now. I think at this 9th or 10th of October, it will be 2 months with this device and it's working fine. I've used this cover for more protection, and I would totally recommend certified refurbished products. And my purchase was good, and that was all for this video. I hope you liked it, and I shared my thoughts about this product, and I hope it was useful for you and I was able to help you in your decision of purchasing a new Kindle. So that was all. I hope you are doing good and you are staying at your home, staying safe, staying with your family. And that was all for this video. I hope you liked it. Do hit the like button if you like this video, and subscribe to my channel if not done already. I'll be meeting you in my next video. For now, bye bye and bye.